Well, here we are. It's the end of the week. It's Saturday, April 2nd, 2022. And here's our 3 daily lectionary readings as we look ahead to what's going to happen tomorrow. Psalm 126, once again, is our psalm reading. Exodus 12, 21 through 27 is going to be our Old Testament reading, while the Gospel of John, chapter 11, verses 45 through 57 is going to be our New Testament reading. Let us listen in. Starting out with Psalm 126, it seemed like a dream, too good to be true. When God returned Zion's exiles, we laughed, we sang. We couldn't believe our good fortune. We were the talk of nations. God was wondrous to them. God was wonderful to us. We are one happy people. And now, God, do it again. Bring rains to our drought-stricken lives, so those who planted their crops in despair will shout, yes, at the harvest. So those who went off with heavy hearts will come home laughing, with armloads of blessings. Our Old Testament reading comes from the book of Exodus, chapter 12, verses 21 through 27. Moses assembled all of the elders of Israel. He said, "Select a lamb for your families and slaughter the Passover lamb. Take a bunch of hyssop and dip it in the bowl of blood and smear it on the lintel and on the 2 door posts. No one is to leave the house until morning. God will pass through to strike Egypt down. When he sees the blood on the lintel and on the 2 door posts, God will pass over the doorway. He won't let the destroyer enter your house to strike you down with ruin. Keep this word. It's the law for you and for your children forever. When you enter the land which God will give you, as he promised, keep doing this. And when your children say to you, 'Why are we doing this?' tell them, it's the Passover sacrifice to God, who passed over the homes of the Israelites in Egypt when he hit Egypt with death, but rescued us. The people, they bowed and worshipped." Our New Testament reading today comes from the book of John, the Gospel of John, chapter 11, verses 45 through 57. That was a turning point for many of the Jews who were with Mary. They saw what Jesus did and believed in him. But some went back to the Pharisees and told on Jesus. The high priest and Pharisees called a meeting of the Jewish ruling body. "What do we do now?" they asked. "This man keeps on doing things, creating God signs. If we let him go on, pretty soon everyone will be believing in him, and the Romans will come and remove what little power and privilege we still have." Then one of them, it was Caiaphas, the designated chief priest that year, spoke up. "Don't you know anything? Can't you see it's to our advantage that one man dies for the people rather than the whole nation be destroyed?" He didn't say this of his own accord, but as chief priest that year, he unwittingly prophesied that Jesus was about to die sacrificially for the nation. And not only for the nation, but so that all of God's exile, scattered children might be gathered into one people. From that day on, they plotted to kill him. So Jesus no longer went out in public among the Jews. He withdrew into the country bordering the desert to a town called Ephraim and secluded himself there with his disciples. The Jewish Passover was coming up. Crowds of people were making their way from the country up to Jerusalem to get themselves ready for the feast. They were curious about Jesus. There was a lot of talk of him among those standing around in the temple. "What do you think? Do you think he'll show up at the feast or not?" Meanwhile, the high priests and the Pharisees gave out the word that anyone who knew of his whereabouts should inform them. They were all set to arrest him. And here ends our readings for the day.